G'day legends and welcome back to another episode of That Slot Car Guy News for a Tuesday. We have got plenty to get through, but I do want to quickly make a clarification. I've been getting emails about this little F2 stock car kit by Pendle. Where can I get it from? Is it available? Not yet. This is a very early print. It's not far off ready for sale. Keep your eye out on Pendle's website. Really cool car. If you haven't seen my build, please check it out, but it's not available yet. Stay tuned for that. But now let's get stuck in news for a Tuesday. So before we get stuck into the car news, as always, a massive thank you to Slot Mods. Please check out their socials, link below and the channel description. But now let's dive headfirst into the car news, kicking off with Carrera. Now, I'm a huge fan of the BMW M1. Carrera does a really good job, 132 scale, analog, digital, and 124. And these two are absolute beauties. I do love the Kenwood, that's my pick out of the bunch. What's your thoughts? Again, another awesome photo by the social media team. I may have something upcoming with them soon. Still working behind the scenes on that. So there you go, two M1s by Carrera. So next up, we have some news from Scale Electric. Now, if you haven't seen the latest pic of their Fab 1, it is massive. It's looking pretty damn cool. Now, there was a question, can they pass each other? And the social media manager did reply saying, yes, you can. And you can also go around the very, very tight corners, which is really, really cool. This thing is massive. And of course, being pink, it really does stand out there. Next, we have the Aston Martin Vid. If you haven't seen it, check it out. It's an upcoming car. Now, what interests me about this video is I've seen the track that they're on in the museum. Remember, the museum is getting a full makeover, so stay tuned. It will be open, I believe September, October. I will get the full dates for you, and you can win tickets if you're in the UK to attend. So that track was in the museum, but now they're using it for testing. And last but not least, he almost came first. My man, Lando Norris, came second on the weekend. Here is the F1 2022 version in the McLaren livery for Lando Norris. What a way to celebrate. The car looks incredible. I did see it at the UK Slot Car Festival. Really cool looking thing. And what a way to say thank you to Lando for almost winning the Silverstone GP. It was so close. Next up, NSR showing off the goods. The 997 RSR looks incredible. Now, if you haven't got an NSR in your stable, it's a must brand. They perform really well. I actually don't think I have a Porsche by NSR, so this will be on my hit list. I think it looks incredible, and their other cars do run really well on track. You've got two livery designs here. What's my pick? I do like the bit of the green hint. I'm a green fan. But there you go, two more bangers from NSR. If you haven't got an NSR car in your collection, I highly recommend them. Really good brand, of course. I'm not sponsored or paid by them, but they really perform well out of the box. So next up, the legends from SRC showing us their latest masterpiece, the Delta S4. Now, the picture looks really good, but trust me, the car looks even better. Now, I am working on a video to show you the difference between Chrono and Original Series. This is an absolute ball terror. It has gone laps around my Carrera track. I am setting an off-road track to test this. Really cool car. Of course, I highly recommend SRC. They are a supporter of the channel, but their cars are really good. And keep your eye out for their light kits. It's coming very, very soon. I believe they're almost available. And if you do get one, let me know how they go. Oh, and don't forget the LMP SRC series. America and Europe are part of it. Come on Australia, come on New Zealand, come on South Africa. Get involved because they will get behind you if there's enough races. Okay, that's enough news for SRC today. So next up, we have Le Mans Miniatures with an updated 2023 release calendar. I like when they do this. They show you their yearly projection of what they will release. A lot of this is already out. Of course, you can see what is coming. If I haven't shown you it long enough on the video, please pause and have a look. They have updated it, which means they've probably added some stuff to it or taken away. I haven't got the original one. If they do update it again, of course, you'll see it on the news, but I do like this. I like seeing what we are getting. If something changes, they do update the calendar to revise it for the viewer. So there you go, some news from Le Mans Miniatures. So next up, two very tasty
That's a 10.
liveries from BRM for the Abarth A112. Now, I found these photos on the Instagram page of Scale Racing Centre, of course, big part of BRM. These look incredible. I'm a massive supporter of BRM and Revo Slot. They make incredible cars. If you haven't got one, this would be a great way to get into it. It's not their biggest 124 scale, but it's a good way to get into the 124 scales themselves. Favorite cars are their smaller 124 scale cars, but two beautiful liveries for the Abarth A112 by BRM. So next up, some HO love from AFX. They're showing an amazing pic of their 2021 Shelby GT500 Mustang. Looks incredible. I love their photos from the social media team. Haven't had the pleasure of driving one of their latest cars, so I'll rely on you telling me how this one will perform. Is it a must for me? I think it is. I'm a huge HO fan. They do make beautiful looking cars, so maybe I'll try and get myself one of these from the States and put it around my little track that's up on the wall. So there you go, some love from AFX in the HO size. So next up, Bauer with some more HO goodies. And I always smile when I mention Bauer because the cars look incredible. They are showing off some of their Vincent models, which is a big American muscle. We've also got a V-dub in there. The Bug looks incredible. Some really weird and wonderful cars that they throw in the mix. And again, I highly recommend them. The details are incredible. In regards to our special release, That Stock Car Guy car, it is in the making. They are flat out at the moment, so we will revisit that very, very soon. But I am needing to do a video on the color. But here are some more choices for you, for the HO Bauer fans. So let's kick off slot car goodies with a physical item I can show you today. And I do have to say a massive thank you to Overdrive Slot Services from Germany and the Legends Show Us Your Slots Slot Center in Australia who got this to me for review. What is it? Well, it's an incredibly made tire trio. I've got all the parts and pieces in the box. After the review, if you do want one, please reach out to Show Us Your Slots in Australia. They are the distributor for Overdrive. Huge thank you for working out the logistics to get it to me because normally this will go to Australia, then sent out, but they got it to me from Germany. So I can't wait to review it and let you know how good this thing is. It's German made, it's very heavy, so I'm expecting it to work really well, but stay tuned for the full review very, very soon. So next up, a really cool Aussie product from RTS, Racetrack Scenics. Yes, this one's for you Aussies, but if you're not an Aussie and you want to feel like an Aussie, put this one on your track. It is from the Broken Hill Speedway. It's the Broken Hill Speedway display. It looks really cool. Whoever's painted this has done an amazing job. And I am loving all this Aussie stuff. So yeah, good support from RTS there. I have reached out to them. I will try and get some bits and pieces on the channel to do a proper review on their product, but really cool to see some Aussie stuff from RTS. So next up, two spur gears from Scale Auto, one angle winder setup, which is 30 tooth, and the nylon spur gear itself is a 31 tooth. Again, these guys pump out a lot of parts and pieces. I could do a whole video showing you what they produce for the whole year. So if you're into Scale Auto, you want some of their parts on your car, here's two more spur gears. So next up, we have a beautiful alloy setup plate from Staff Slot Cars UK. Now, I have used their tools in one of my recent builds and I can recommend them. Their stuff is high quality. This is a 150 by 70 millimeter alloy setup plate. Now, I wish I had this for the F2 build. You really do need a setup plate when you are playing with a car so everything lines up properly, it's nice and flat. And this one looks really well made. It would actually go good with my alloy tire trio. So there you go. If you want some good products, check out Staff Slot Cars UK. They do a lot of stuff in the slot car world and they're really good friends on the channel. What's happening in the world of slot cars? If you don't know, I am going to America in August to race in the Slotted Nationals at Electric Dreams. They do need someone to come last, so they said, who can come last? We'll bring Trav over. Now, I have seen this picture floating around on social media and I did lose it. What is the picture? Well, it's a massive 4-lane polycar plastic track setup. It is ginormous. Now, is this the national track that we're racing on? I don't know. They do have a beautiful wood routed track there, but it would be cool if it is, because of course, polycar, slotted, goes hand in hand. So there you go, a massive pic of their latest track that they are building. I believe it's going to be fully detailed as well, so scenery, the works, you name it. Hopefully I get some more updated pics. Thank you to everyone who did send it to me. I did mention it during the live stream on the weekend with Track Fans TV, and then I got hit with the picture left, right and center. So thank everyone for your support. And here is the track that I hope we're racing on. So for today's show and tell goes out to Randall from Miniatures in the Making from Australia, Tasmania, my home country. Now he is focusing on HO Bathurst cars, which is very, very exciting. If you are an Australian, if you do love Bathurst and you're into HO, this might be the place for you to go. But if you are an American and you want to look at some of our Aussie muscle cars from back in the day, and I'm hoping, and I will send him a list that I should recommend, that we're going to see some RX-7s, some GDRs, and some other European and Japanese cars that have raced around Bathurst. He is showing off the Holden HK Monaro. Looks incredible. Here's a couple of dot points of what he does. He rescales them to fit the 1.6 long wheelbase AFX Tomy and the long wheelbase Bulldog Racing chassis, which is really cool. So he's adjusting the prints that he receives to make them fit the way he likes. So if you are into HO goodness, please check him out. Support a local hobby, Australian hobby business. This is a really good initiative by him. Check out the website. I'll link that below. Got some HO goodies from Miniatures in the Making. So that's a wrap on today's episode of That Slot Car Guy News for a Tuesday. Massive thank you to Slot Mods. Please check out their socials, link below and in the channel description. And if you haven't checked out my latest series, the Let's Build series, part 1 of the F2 stock car kit build by Pendle Slot, jump over there. Part 2 will be putting the stock motor back in and painting it and maybe putting some different rims on it. I've got a brand in mind. Stay tuned for that. Availability. So hot off the press, the latest Slot Car magazine is now available. Full review of the F2 stock car kit by Pendle Slot. And Pendle Slot has also said on their Facebook page that the pre-orders will go live very, very soon. Back to you, Trav, in the studio. It's not available just yet. It is getting close to finish. This is print version 1. It has come a long way since then, so stay tuned and keep checking out Pendle Slot's website. But as always, at That Slot Car Guy on Instagram and YouTube, if this is the kind of stuff you like, please consider subscribing. I do have some more builds coming up for the Let's Build series, SRC's BMW, cannot wait. And I will try and get my hands on some white kits, just a bit of something different on the channel. But be safe, take care, support your local. Ciao.